Andy and I met in 2001 through our church. We met online through a bunch of mutual friends, and basically we just kept talking from there, and we dated for about 5 years and got engaged, got married, and then I moved down to be with him in Ohio. We initially think he got sick in 2007. Andy and I were here for my brother's wedding reception, and we were out in Pansy, and he left the next morning and I stayed here. And basically he just flew home, and his mom said from that day forward he just didn't look the same, act the same. There was just something off about him. He didn't feel well. He had flu-like symptoms, and basically we went from there. We started seeing some doctors, and they all just said it was stress and anxiety, but he knew deep down that it was more than that. The real diagnosis, it was about 6 years later after we thought that he actually contracted it here in Manitoba. Ultimately, 6 years later, he was diagnosed by a specialist with Lyme disease, late-stage Lyme disease. Late-stage Lyme disease means it's pretty much chronic, it's acute. Definitely the bacteria has affected your neurological system. Basically, it's gone into your body far enough where it's created biofilms, and that's what causes late stage. It's extremely difficult to break through those and to eradicate them. Sometimes it's not much of a life. He has a lot of extreme flu-like symptoms. He has a lot of neurological problems, a lot of nerve problems. There will be days where he can't handle a lot of light or sound or even touch. Can't really touch him because it just sends his body reeling. He has a lot of digestive issues. He'll have some heart issues. He will go days where his pulse won't go lower than 120. So it just basically has attacked his whole body. In 2013, I was the sole caregiver and working full-time, and I began to also exhibit some troubling symptoms. At first, I was just diagnosed with thyroid issues and adrenal fatigue, but then I started having vision issues, hearing issues, the same heart racing issues, some digestive, and so our specialist knew right away to test me as well, and I came out positive in May of 2013. Basically, it doesn't have to be transmitted by a tick. It can be transmitted sexually, and it's also been proven that it's transferred from mother to fetus. The biggest challenge with this disease, with Lyme disease, is definitely the political approach that is being taken as far as those who should be helping with insurance coverage, with proper testing, and the doctors are being scrutinized for even trying to dig deeper into the problem. So we basically don't have any disability coverage because it's not considered a chronic disease yet. Financially, it's definitely affected us. We went through a lot of savings. It affects your livelihood to carry a full-time job. The bills don't stop. So, we've basically just done our best. I've been working as much as possible, but financially we pay everything out of pocket. There's no insurance coverage for this. The long-term prognosis is different with everybody with Lyme disease, mainly because you not only get Lyme disease, you get a cocktail of co-infections, whatever the tick is carrying. So Andy's prognosis is not as great simply because he went 6 years misdiagnosed, untreated, whereas with me, my diagnosis was probably, they think within 18 months of when the infection went live in my body. So I'm what you would call a functioning carrier of Lyme disease. I still have flare-ups, but Andy is pretty much a consistent series of symptoms that never really go away. Our hope for the outcome of our situation with Lyme disease and everybody's situation is that they will pay more attention to the quality of life the patients have, that they will be a little more interested in looking into proper testing, proper diagnosis, not shunning doctors who want to look into it and work with the patients. And personally, our hope for our household is that we can try to continue our progress, continue our efforts on our own. We would just like to be able to go out together. We would like to maybe someday think of a family again.